I am given to understand that you are all yoga practitioners and teachers. But as I listen to you, what you have said, mentioned about what you have learned in the last 10 weeks is something which flies way above my head. As we're making a presentation of how it is affecting you and benefited you, that's an amazing thing that could have happened to all of you. I'm very happy and I would like to congratulate all of you that you have taken so much of interest and you know how it has benefited you. I have, if you can see in the YouTube, there is a documentary called Indian Idols Worshipped in Japan that I was just checking here. You know, that's the 52 minutes documentary. And one of the priests there said that they chant in the temples in Sanskrit. And most of the Sanskrit what they chant, they don't understand what they are chanting about. When he was asked in the interview, I think in the documentary itself or somewhere else, why do you have to chant in Sanskrit if you don't know what you are chanting? And he had said something very, very important. That said, even if I don't know the meaning of the word, when you chant in Sanskrit, the feeling is different because the thing that comes out, what the puja or whatever you are performing, that comes with a very different meaning when you chant in Sanskrit. I think as I listen to all of you, you would have experienced that. Yes. And that's a great thing that I think I'd like to congratulate all of you. As I listen to you also, some of you, one of you have mentioned that you feel more. That's something Professor has been saying, that being more. You know, I don't know who was that who was saying that I feel so much more. And that's something very powerful because, you know, never thought about being more. We always talk about having more. And that's what Professor in his philosophy class also has been teaching and has been talking about, is how Indian philosophy, that without even having more, you can be more. And that's what he himself practices. I'll just come to that. Other one is that recorded the message was just played, is bringing in the comparison between the Bible, the existence of God, and what the Om, the sound or energy. What I thought was the Bible theology and Hindu philosophy are diametrically opposite, but he has brought in the parallels here, which is interesting, you know, how people perceive differently. And all these perceptions are valuable because that's what you have imbibed and absorbed in the course of this 10 weeks of lecture series, or called the Patanjali Yogasutras, which is fantastic. Coming back to Professor Bala, I don't know what to say because, you know, being more, he seems to be giving till it hurts, but it does not hurt when one wants to give. There is nothing, what we call too much. You say how much is too much. He does not have to have limit of that, the joy of giving. You know, when he benefits some other people who cannot benefit themselves, including you and I, when we listen to him, that's something that you cannot have for yourself, but you have it from him. I don't know what he has in return, but when I look at him, the joy and the bubbling of the, you know, the overwhelming knowledge that he has, he's blessed in a different way. That maybe that he's blessed in a way what he can never have for himself. When he gives out to other people who cannot have for themselves, that he gets something in return from God, from the Almighty, what he cannot have for himself. I can see the joy in him, and I think that's the classic example of his own teaching, that becoming more or being more, that's exemplified in that itself. He has been here, nobody told him to do this. This is not an imposition. This is, I'm not telling him. His duty is confined to teaching in the University of West Indies as a ICCR chair in that university. But he has taken so much of initiatives, including this one, which is, of course, I think the last one. What I could never think of, that he has been moving around and among people during his 2 years of stay in Jamaica. And he felt the need, and of course, when he comes up with these initiatives, he does not come up in vacuum, because he sees that there is a thirst for knowledge and for this philosophy, this kind of interaction and the conversation that he is having in the people like you, and that he is ready to give out. I think that's a wonderful thing that in him, Professor, I think you will leave behind a very huge shoes for any person to fill in. I don't know right now because you are still here, but we will feel once you are away from here, hopefully the person who comes in will have the same enthusiasm and zeal to share knowledge. People who share knowledge are people who are very confident and not insecure. People who have limited knowledge are very insecure, they don't want to share, because whatever small thing that if they share, then they are left with nothing. And here is a person who wants to share and share and share, because he is not insecure, that he gets more and more from other sources as he continues to share. And this is I don't know, in any religion, in Hinduism, in Christianity, in Buddhism, or in Islam, these are the kinds of the human attributes that we are talking about. That the spirit to share in terms of knowledge, if you are a professor, you share it. If you have riches, you share it. If you have some kind of kindness, you share it. If you have anything that you have, don't keep it to yourself, it is shared. I think the joy of sharing and that blessing of sharing is manifested in all of us and all of you as you have completed your 10 weeks of this very important course. I hope this will, and I'm sure, not just hope, but I'm very confident that this will help you in further sharing your knowledge with your students, with your friends, as you continue to do your work. And Professor, I can, just by listening the last 1 hour, tell you that whatever you have shared is in the good hands of all those people who are here. Thank you.